Yeah, we are now live. Hello, hello, hello. And hey, how you doing? I hope you guys are having a good, beautiful Friday. It's Friday. It's Friday. And I just started to lose my voice here. Okay, so now we're live everywhere, and I appreciate that. Let me just fix this microphone. There we go. All right. So we are now live. Happy Friday to you, wherever you are in this world. Hopefully, it's a good Friday. For those of you on TikTok, I appreciate you guys being here, but as you all know, we put sub chats only on. And the reason is because we just don't want to deal with the trolls. All right, but I have no idea how to do this. So we'll just, I don't know. They've changed it on TikTok, and I don't know why they did that. Um, there we go. There we go. Sub live chats. There we go. Okay. All right. Well, thank you very much. I appreciate that. PMN. Thank you. All right, everybody. I'm Bishop James Long, and I appreciate you guys being here on this Friday. Hello to all of you. If you want to go to my website because you're really, really, really bored and you have nothing else to do, there's nothing on television, and you're just, when you're bored, you can go to my website. But before you do that, I want you to go to a more important website, and that is, of course, KGRADB. So do yourself a favor, guys. Go to kgradb.com. kgradb.com. Mr. Producer normally puts that up there, but Mr. Producer, I think, let me do that for you, Mr. Producer. There you go. Mr. Producer is slacking behind the scenes, slacking. He's probably still dancing to Gloria. But anyway, there it is, kgradb.com. That is the website that you guys want to go to. If you love the paranormal like I do, and you're not going to apologize to anybody because you like it, if you go to that site, they have some pretty amazing shows there. And this show airs on that website as well. But make sure when you subscribe, and do subscribe, because you're going to get 30% off of your subscription. So why not do it? But you have to put Bishop as your promo code. That's easy. It's very inexpensive as it is. But obviously, you want to make sure you save money. So, and for those of you who are the hater gators out there saying, oh, you're doing this for commission. Nope. I don't get one penny back for this because, they sponsor the shows and we use our platforms. And so there we go. It's a great relationship that we have. But don't forget to put your promo code, Bishop, when you subscribe. 30% off is 30% off. But make sure, again, the website, for those of you who don't know, it's kgradb.com. KG as in giraffe, RAD as in dog, B as in bicycle.com. And Bishop is your promo code for 30% off. Now, if you are bored and you have nothing else to do and you want to find something to help you go to sleep, you can go to my website. And my website is I don't know what happened to Mr. Producer back there. I think he's asleep. Is Bishop James Long, bishopjameslong.com. That is my website, bishopjameslong.com. And you can check out the website there. By the way, folks, I do have online classes for you. And the online classes are free. Not that I have to give them away for free because it's my work, but nonetheless, that was just kind of my way of telling the trolls, you're shameful human beings. Anyway, if you go to bishopjameslong.com and click on the class link, and there's 4 classes there for you, and they're all free. And the reason is I mentioned about the trolls because I originally had it for $49.99 for all 4 classes, which basically came down to $12 a class. And the trolls were saying, I knew he was doing this for money. Blah, 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 blah. It's like, dude, it's $12.50 a class. And it's 4 classes. They're in-depth, and you get certificates when you're done. So anyway, the trolls were going on and on and on. So I just said, you know what, trolls? Let me prove to you how pathetic and lowly, and you really need to get out of your mom's basement. So I gave it for free. Imagine. So anyway, those classes are free. BishopJamesLong.com. Click on the class link. And there you go. And now if you want to go to the church's website, the ministry website is usocc.org. And that is the ministry. And there it is, usocc.org. I want to remind everybody that tonight. So we have night prayer, and we have night prayer Monday through Friday. I love the classes so far. Well, they are free. So if you don't like them, here's a 1-800 number you can call. They're free. But I'm glad you like them. I'm glad you like them. So that's a good thing. That's a good thing. If you want to go to our night prayer tonight, it's usocc.org. Okay. And you can scroll all the way down and you can click on night prayer and it takes you to Spreaker. And if you want to chat with us during night prayer, just go to usocc.org, scroll all the way down, and it actually teaches you how to, sign in to the chat. I will be doing night prayer tonight on TikTok. So we will be live. And if you want to participate, we'd love to have you guys. Just drop on in. And there we go. How's that? Okay. So anyway, so at 9:50 or so, 9:50 p.m. Eastern, we're going to play music on TikTok. And then we'll start at 10 o'clock. All right. And don't forget, I did post, as I always do, I posted a video on TikTok. And I said, make sure you put your prayer requests in the comments below for tonight's night prayer. And inevitably, someone will come tonight and say, can you pray for the so-and-so? I'm sorry, but the night prayer, they close at 8 o'clock because we have to put them all together. So anyway, the videos are there on TikTok. If you want to go to night prayer, if you want us to pray for your petitions, you got to put them up before 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's on the video. It's very clear. And there you go. Okay. Well, thank you very much. I appreciate that. Tonight, we're going to talk about a really cool topic. I think it is. And this topic is, of course, Halloween. Now, look, if you're like me and you love Halloween and you're unapologetic for it, just like if you are unapologetic, thank you, that you like the paranormal, then you might want to, stay tuned with us because we're going to talk about movies that a lot of people swear by. You have to watch these movies during Halloween time. And as a matter of fact, let me royalty. As a matter of fact, for TikTok and for Facebook and YouTube, royalty-free Halloween music. These are royalty-free Facebook and YouTube. You have to put that in there because if you don't, they will ban you in a heartbeat. But anyway. Yeah, and also I'm going to be going to the Arkansas Paranormal Expo. All right, so if you want to go to the Arkansas Paranormal Expo to visit, and come on over. And it was too low. No, no one else is. I don't know, Don. No one else is saying it's too low. Let me know if it's too low to you guys. Let me know. Don is saying that the volume on TikTok was too low. So let me know if it's too low for you guys. Yeah, no one else is telling me, so I don't know. But anyway, Arkansas Paranormal Expo, if you want to go there, you can. That's going to be a fun time. We're looking forward to it. It should be good. Okay, yeah, everybody's good. So it might be, I don't know, everybody's saying it's good, so I don't know what happened there, but yeah, it's all good on their end. So anyway, ArkansasParanormalExpo.com. And I'm really looking forward to that. It's this month, by the way, this month, and it's just a couple weeks away. So here we go. We are going to have a good time. Looking forward to it. Let's see. Let me yeah, it's the 26th and 27th. Yep, 26th and 27th. So just 2 weeks away, and so we're looking forward to it. Looking forward to it. 211. Please just leave. Who are you talking about? Oh, there's a troll. I don't see them. Anyway. Oh yeah, this moron. I volunteered to give you guys freedom to ask or present any view you might have. Yeah, well, hey troll, guess what? Ban. Sorry, I got to ban an ass clown. Okay, yes, I said ass clown. Okay, everybody, hello. I don't care. I don't care. What are you gonna do? What am I gonna get suspended? Come on. Yeah, another troll. Yeah, another troll. What are you gonna do? So let's talk Halloween scary movies. Halloween scary movies, guys. I love, don't you just love it when people tell you, oh, you watch those scary movies, you're going to become possessed. And I just roll my eyes and I say, really, can we just please just leave the Middle Ages just briefly? Just briefly. I mean, really, come on. Because if that was the case, then every single one of us would probably be possessed. It's just so absurd. It really is. It's absurd that everybody thinks that everybody's going to be possessed. It's like it's just simply not the case. It's just not. People's got to relax. People are so uptight. Oh, you're watching those Halloween movies. It's the devil. It's of the devil. You're going to start worshiping the. Oh, shut up. Anyway, the one thing that I want to talk about before we get into the meat and potatoes of the presentation is I want to talk about why people love scary movies so much. Well, I can tell you there's a lot of reasons why I love it, but I want to share some of the thoughts with you guys. So let's talk about some of the nerdy things. There's an expert on psychology, and this person is Colton Scrivener. He's a PhD, and he was on a podcast, and it was American Psychological Association, of course, which is obviously respectful. And there's a transcript that was Kim Mills, and they said, asking about the mental health and is it concerning? Can you explain why people watch these things? And it is interesting. It is interesting. So he says, this person is asking, let's talk about horror specifically. For people who don't like watching horror movies, and that does not include me, Mills says the person is the host. I like a good scary movie. It can be hard to understand why so many people love them. What have you found in your research? Why do people enjoy watching horror flicks? Well, this person is a PhD. He's a behavioral scientist at the Recreational Fear Lab in Denmark. He's a project manager. So it's a good question. So this is what he says about why people like watching horror movies, because they're entertaining. But anyway, he says, so the traditional answer from psychology about why people have enjoyed watching horror films has been that it's simply because they are adrenaline junkies. I disagree with that. I don't know if that's kind of extreme. He says, and one of the first things I looked into was whether or not this assumption was true. Because there are a few studies in the 1980s that looked at this when the slasher genre became popular. I'm sorry, but 1978. I mean, hello, there's been a lot of scary movies prior to 1980s. But anyway, the psychological tools that were available, especially in personality science, weren't as robust in the 80s and weren't as varied and widely distributed in the 80s as they are now. And so what I found is that, yes, there are some people who enjoy horror movies because they're high in something called sensation seeking. They like the feelings of strong sensations. And these are the same kind of people that would go bungee jumping or skydiving. Now, look, see, here's the deal. I love horror movies. But I don't think I'm going to go bungee jumping. No. I know I'm not going to go bungee jumping. It's not a matter of think. I'm not interested in bungee jumping. Not going to happen. Skydiving, maybe. Bungee jumping, no. He says, however, it seems to be actually only a small portion of the horror fan base. So, for example, one of the studies we conducted at a haunted attraction during Halloween found that even at the high intense situation of scary play like haunted house, only a small number of people are adrenaline junkies or sensation seekers. Aha, there we go, folks. So you see, not everyone is an adrenaline junkie who likes Halloween. So, of course, we ask, well, why are if they're genuinely afraid and don't necessarily love the adrenaline rush for the sake of adrenaline, so why do they watch it? And what was found that a lot of people feel as if they learn something about themselves and sort of develop as a person through these experiences. How many of you like going to haunted houses? I don't mind haunted houses, but the haunted houses that make you get on your knees and all that other stuff, that's not going to happen. No. I'm not getting on my knees. No. You love it? Roxy does. I'm not going to get on my knees and crawl around. Like there's one haunted house. They wanted people to do that. I think you got to be out of your mind. I'm not going to get on my hands and knees and no. Anyway, it says, but there is a point where fear is no longer healthy. or do most people who like to watch horror movies know when it might be causing them more stress than enjoyment? Okay, now that is the truth. That's true. There are some scary movies that are, quite honestly, they're terrifying, and they cause a tremendous amount of stress for people. I'm just curious. Let's do it. Let's do a poll if we can on TikTok. I am curious how many people in the TikTok, because I can't do a poll on Facebook because I don't know how to do it. But how many of you enjoy watching a scary movie? I'm just curious. And we're going to get into the list. I promise you. So this doctor says, for example, in some of the studies I've done, we found that people will actually suppress their fear if they get too scared. So they'll cover their eyes, they'll imagine that it's not real, and they'll sort of avert their attention to something else or cover their ears. So let's do a poll. Okay, I'll create a poll then. I don't know how to do it. Let's see. Hold on. I'm trying to create a poll. I'm in the middle of doing a live show, which I don't really know how to do. I've got to learn how to do this. Poll and vote gift there. Quick poll. Sorry, guys. I'm just in the middle of a presentation here. Poll started. Well, I didn't ask a question, you jackleg. So take the poll off. In progress. Quick poll. See, this is why. End. A dumb, stupid thing. I'm not going to mess with them. Anyway, just tell me, yes or no. How many of you actually like horror movies? I'm curious. Yes or no. Facebook, YouTube, put it in there. I want to hear it. I want to see what you guys say. So yes. No, there's one. Yes. Okay, so there's several people. There's several of you. Okay. And Judy Ann put it in twice on Facebook and on TikTok. All right. Well, let's get into it. Let's talk about some of the scariest Halloween movies that according to this list, and I have several lists, that we're going to go over. So this show tonight is all about horror movies that you can watch. And if you want to participate, fine. Here it is. It says here, I don't know, some of these movies are stupid. But 1975, believe it or not, the number one that's on this list, which I disagree, Rotten Tomatoes, has 97% Jaws. Number one, you all know the story of Jaws. It is obviously when a young man is unalived by a shark while skinny dipping near the New England tourist town of Amity Island. Of course, other people are attacked. The next movie is Let the Right One In. 98% of Rotten Tomatoes. I will tell you, it's a good movie. It is the 2008 version. So if you've not seen it, you might want to check this out. It is a sensitive, bully 12-year-old boy living with his mom in suburban Sweden meets his new neighbor. And the new neighbor is a bit different than you may think. Thank you. The next one is 1979, Alien. Has 93% on Rotten Tomatoes. It's in deep space. The crew of the commercial starship Nostromo is awakened by their crypto sleep capsules halfway through the journey. The next one has 98% rating on Rotten Tomatoes. Get Out. That is a good movie. If you have not seen Get Out, it's more psychological than it is, I think, a horror movie. But it's pretty intense. It's a good movie. If you've not seen it, it's called Get Out, 2017. Now that Chris and his girlfriend, Rose, have reached the meet the parent milestone of a dating, she invites him for a weekend. And let's just say, if you have not seen it, I'm not going to tell you the rest. There's an interesting twist. The 1960 Psycho movie with Anthony Hopkins. It got 97%, folks, 97%. Now, this whole hour, we're going to talk about scary movies. And then at 8 o'clock, for those of you who are new, 8 p.m. Eastern, I'll open it up. Thank you. For everybody, we'll talk demons. Okay. But for now, we're talking scary movies. The next movie, 1991, has 95% rank. The Silence of the Lambs. 95%. We know this. Look, this is an amazing movie. If you've not seen it, you got to watch it. This movie is now, I have not seen this, and I can't believe this. If you've seen this, tell me. It's 2017. One Cut of the Dead. One Cut of the Dead. Facebook and YouTube, this is royal free music. So, because they always tag me, this is royalty free. So, this movie is called One Cut of the Dead. Have you seen it? It's 2017. It's real zombies attack a hack director and film crew who are shooting a low budget zombie film. You haven't seen them? Here's why I'm making such a big deal out of this. It has 100%. 100% on Rotten Tomatoes. That can't be right. There must be only one person voting. All right. Well, if anybody's heard of it, let me know. It's called One Cut of the Dead. 100% rating. 2017. The next movie has 97%. 1933 King Kong version. The next one is 1986 Aliens, 94%. So going to review, it's not really scary to me, but anyway. The next one is A Quiet Place, 2018, and it has a 96%. I'm going to have to get YouTube no commercials. Is that worth it, everybody? Just let me know if YouTube no commercials is worth it, because I don't have it. And if it's worth it, let me know, because I might get that. Okay, now this one, folks. Now this has to be on the list. Oh, it is worth it. Okay. This has to be on the list. Halloween, 1978. Matter of fact, you see this behind this little pumpkin here. It was a prop. One of the props. It's 96%. To me, 100%. It's $14 a month for YouTube, ads free. Okay. So Halloween, 1978, 96%. The next one is 2014. It has 96% rating as well, and it's called What We Do in the Shadows. What do you mean it's a big nope for Halloween? You don't like Halloween? That's Michael Myers. All right, hold on. So What We Do in the Shadows, 2014, got 96%. But this one is Shaun of the Dead. Now, I saw it. It's not scary. It's more of a comedy. It's 92% a rating. It's 2004. I'm not really like, woohoo. This next one is a classic, Nosferatu. Nosferatu is 1922. 97%. I saw it. I wasn't really, I was kind of bored. 1968, Rosemary's Baby has a 96% rating. By the way, that's a young wife comes to believe that her offspring is not of this world. That's kind of a brief synopsis. The Wailing. Now, listen to this. I did see this. It's kind of disturbing. It is called The Wailing, 2016. It has a 99% rating. Its suspicion leads to hysteria when rural villagers link a series of brutal unaliving to the arrival of a mysterious stranger. So if you've not seen that one, you might want to check it out. It's called The Wailing. The next one is 1935 Bride of Frankenstein, 98%. Okay. Now, this movie I did see, and I definitely think it's a good movie. It is pretty creepy. 2014, The Babadook. The Babadook, 98%. So if you've not seen that, if you've not seen The Babadook, you might want to check that out. It is a really good movie. This one, I think personally, is one of the best zombie movies that have ever been made. Uh, I've seen one that actually had English. The actors were not speaking English, but I've seen one with that and subtitles called Train to Busan. That's actually a very good movie. Although I didn't like the end. I was so upset with the end. And I'm not going to tell you because I don't want to ruin it for you. But if you've not seen it, it's 2016 ranked. It's 95% in Rotten Tomatoes. So again, for those of you who are just joining us, I'm Bishop James Long. We're having I have a massive list of movies that we're going to go over tonight for Halloween movies that'll get you in the spirit of Halloween season. And some of the movies are like, yep, I agree. Some of the movies are like, So I've got a big, huge, gigantic list and of different websites that are reputable. So yeah, you need subtitle. Well, they do have subtitle for Training to Busan, but I also saw the movie where it was an English speaking actor and they were speaking. You can clearly, obviously, they weren't speaking English, but I saw both. Okay, the next one. The next movie is, and I have not seen this, but Late Night with the Devil. So I have heard this is a really good movie. Some people didn't like it, but it's 97%. Late Night with the Devil, 2023. Johnny Carson's rival Jack Delroy hosts a syndicated talk show, Night Owls, that has been trusted long. So I'm not going to give too much information about it, but apparently people really like it. I've not seen it. If you have seen it, let us know. Yeah. Yeah, it has something to do with the talk show. Mm-hmm. The next one is 2011. I have not seen this one either. It's called The Devil's Backbone. The Devil's Backbone, 93%. But again, this is Rotten Tomatoes. You may agree, you may disagree. But anyway, this is what it is. 1998, 98%. The Ring. The Ring. In 2020, The Invisible Man. It has 92%. I did not see this one because I didn't like the first one, to be honest with you. I just didn't. But A Quiet Place Part 2. 2021, it had 91%. 91%. There's a huge list. Yeah, so hang tight with me. But believe me, guys, I promise you there's probably some other list because I did so much investigating on these cases. I have probably about 25 different lists with 150 shows each. So we're not going to go through all of them, but we're to go through as many as we can. Some that I've seen and perhaps maybe that has high, ranking. 1931 Frankenstein. I remember watching that as a kid, and that always intrigued me. It's 1931. It has 94%. The original, monster movies like that always, just to me, there's just something special about that. Okay, Talk to Me. Now, I have not seen that. I have seriously, I have like 15, 20 different lists. So Talk to Me 2023. It got 94% rating. And if the music's too loud, just tell me it's too loud. But it's 94% rating called Talk to Me. So when a group of friends discover how to conjure spirits, bad idea, by the way, using an embalmed hand. So has anyone seen this? Let me know if you've seen this, because I saw the trailer to it and I thought, really? It's an embalmed hand. But again, you can use anything. You can use this pen right here. I can use this pen to connect with the spirit world. Oh, you loved it? Okay, so Lily is saying that she loved it, and Peter says it was okay. Okay. Is it Eli or Ellie? Ellie is saying excellent movie and scared me as well. Okay. So it seems like there's several people says at least it's a good movie. Okay, I'm just going to go through the list the ones that I've seen that I know is at least recent. Of course, the classic, A Nightmare on Elm Street. Here's the problem: the 1984, it has 95% rating. The Nightmare on Elm Street. The reason that I can't take it seriously is because Freddy, he's always joking, and it's kind of like this slapstick kind of humor. You know what I mean? So for me, it's kind of like, and that's the problem, at least with me. But that's just my own personal opinion. Some people disagree. Now, I have not seen this, but I have heard a lot of people have said they really like it. Tell me if you've seen this, because I've been wanting to watch this, but I don't want to waste my time if it's any good. If it's no good, it's called Prey, 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 2022. It has 94% rating. It is, I don't know. It's let me know if you've seen the movie Prey. It's 2022. It has 94%. Something just tells me about it's like, I don't know if I want to watch this one. You have not seen, okay. So it's Prey 2022 movie. For those of you who want to know a little bit about it, it looked interesting. If you like, it's a Naru, a skilled warrior of the Comanche Nation, fights to protect her tribe against one of the first highly evolved predators to land on Earth. So really, it's the Predator, from the movie The Predator. So that's the bad guy. But a lot of people are saying, nope, 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 nope. Okay, so we won't waste our time with this one. A zombie. If you like zombies, but you also like comedy movies, well, Zombieland is for you. It's 2009, 89%. So Zombieland, and it's Woody Harrelson is in there. It's not so much a scary movie at all, but it's pretty interesting. This next movie, it certainly has to be on the list. I love the movie Misery, 1990, 91%. Kathy Bates won an Oscar, by the way, for this movie. James Kane or Canner, it's unfortunate because he said on several interviews that he had a drinking problem then, and most of the time he was so intoxicated that they couldn't film scenes, and he really apologized because he's a great actor, but he caused a lot of problems apparently, and this is according to him when he did interviews on this. But if you have not read the book, read it, because in my opinion, the Annie Wilkes in the movie is far more kind than the Annie Wilkes in the book. So just kind of give you an idea. The book is like what? So if you've not seen it, if you've not read it, do yourself a favor. Watch the movie and then read the book. And it's crazy. It is crazy. Oh yeah, popcorn's great. Gotta love popcorn, Norman. Okay, let's go. Let's go. The Fly, 1996, 93%. This one is actually a pretty interesting movie. I saw it. It's not bad. It's called The Cabin in the Woods, 2011, 92%. So if you've not seen it, I know it's a little old, but anyway, these are the movies that you might want to check out. So again, for those of you who are joining us, I'm Bishop Long, and we're having a good time on this Friday night. We're talking about scary movies that I've seen, maybe scary movies that you've seen, to kind of put us all in the Halloween spirit. And if you don't celebrate Halloween, that's fine. But please don't come in and tell me, oh, you're doing the work of the devil. Okay, whatever. I'm going to still watch my Halloween movies and scary movies. That's the way it's going to be. All right. Anyway, I'm getting a lot of messages on Messenger. I can't believe that a clergy member is talking about scary movies. Okay, well, I can't believe you know how to use a computer. All right, the next one, It Follows. It Follows. That's a creepy movie. 2014. It's 95% rating. If you have not seen that movie, it's pretty interesting. This next one, I liked. It's not so much scary as it is It really does make you think a lot about the AI. Megan, 2022, 93%. Now the ending was kind of like, but I thought it was pretty interesting. I thought it was pretty. It's called Megan 2022. If you've not seen it, check it out. This next one, of course, is Dracula, 1931. It has 94% rating. Oh man, I have a picture over here that actually is with the Bela Lugosi, and it's an actual autograph of him. Yeah, I can't take this thing out but anyway, it's really, really cool. So Dracula, 1930, and if the music's too loud, tell me it's too loud. 1931, 94%, absolutely. Now, I've not seen The Host. The next one is The Host, 2006. Tell me if you guys like it. I've been thinking about seeing it, but I don't waste my time if it's a stupid movie. It's The Host, 2006, has 93%. Okay, the next movie, this is an interesting movie. 2016, 10 Cloverfield Lane. That's a good, if you've not seen that one, check it out, guys. Check it out. 10 Cloverfield Lane. It's 2016. All right, let's see. I'm kind of going through the list. Okay, this movie is more of it has definitely a twist at the end. It's a good movie. It's called Us. 2019 is when it was made. It has 93% rating. If you have not seen Us, that's what it's called, Us. That's it has a real what at the end. So if you've not seen it, check it out. I think you'll like it. The Orphanage, 2007, 87%. It's okay. It's not one of my top of the list, but a lot of people like it. A lot of people know about it. Now there's The Wicker Man. Now personally, I liked the other version. I've seen The Wicker Man 1973 version. I didn't really like that one, but I actually saw Nicolas Cage. He did The Wicker Man, and I personally liked that one. I like that one better than I did in the 1973 version, but that's me. So if you've not seen The Wicker Man, the Nicolas Cage, I thought it was pretty cool. Hereditary. Okay, folks, Hereditary was so unbelievably stupid. I'm so sorry, but they posted that movie they were pushing everywhere like this is the scariest movie you will ever watch. And it got 90% rating on Rotten Tomatoes. To me, it was just rotten. It was just rotten. Yeah, The Shining, of course. We'll get there. But again, folks, I have probably about 500 movies on all these lists, but we're not going to go through all of them. But Hereditary was just dumb. Oh, goodness gracious. Yeah, I'm sorry about that, Melissa. I'm glad you're here. So we're gonna have a good time. The Lighthouse. The Lighthouse was just dumb. Folks, I tried to do The Lighthouse. Number one, it's vulgar. But number two, it's just dumb. 2019, it got 90%. I just got irritated with it. And I said, you know what? I'm so bored with this. I'm just so bored with it. And you would think that it would be better. I mean, Robert Pattinson and William Dafoe. I mean, they were in the movie. You would think with these two powerhouse actors, but to me, it was just dumb. It's like, nah, next. So I just didn't like it. 2017, It. Of course, it's 85%. Yeah, not bad. So It. This one has Let Me In, the 2010 version. I didn't think that was too bad. That's pretty good. Okay, so I'm going down this list here. This has 200 movies, and I'm not gonna go through all of them. All right. The Conjuring. I liked The Conjuring, the first one, but then I thought it was just. I think as they continued, they just kind of got. I was bored with it. Now I was friends with Lorraine. I did not know Ed, but I did know Lorraine, and I also, of course, I know Andrea Perrin. Now, Andrea Perrin, by the way, she has a show that airs right here on KGRADB radio. Yeah, her show airs right after mine, by the way. I need to find out how she's doing. She was sick, therefore, so she has treatment. So yeah, She had let people know that she had some cancer. So well, I'd like to know how she's doing. But the Conjuring, she actually lived in the house. She lived there. So if you want to know about what really happened, House of Darkness, House of Light. So that's the name. And that's Andrea Perron, Perron. Okay, the next movie, let me go down the list because I don't want to waste your time with movies that are terrible. They say The Thing, 1982. I guess it was Kurt Russell. This wasn't too bad, but then they remade it. Okay, the rest of these movies. Okay, now this movie is good. This movie is pretty creepy. I will give this, and it got 87%. I disagree. But it's called The Descent. The Descent. 2005. If you have not seen that movie, you might want to check it out. It's really, really good. I thought it was well done. There's some pretty scary moments there. The 1941, The Wolfman. There you go. Yeah, 50,000. There we go. 50,000, everybody. Thank you so much. 50,000. I didn't think this next movie was too bad. I like time period movies. Certainly like in the Middle Ages, or in this case, in 1630. But this is called The Witch, 2015. I didn't think it was terrible. It didn't get some great ratings, but 91%. But I actually liked it. Now get this, everybody. Listen to this. Tell me if this makes sense to you. One of the greatest movies I think ever made. The Shining. The Shining, 1980. Jack Nicholson, Shelley Duvall, rest her soul. But The Shining, 1980, folks. Do you know that on Rotten Tomatoes it's ranked 83%? 83%. How is that possible? See, that tells you right there something's not right. 83%. That's what it's rated on Rotten Tomatoes. The next one, I like the original one. I like this one because it was original. Called Poltergeist, 1982. It has ranked 88%. So I'm going through over some that are. Let's see. I'm skipping a lot of them because a lot of them are just really bad. All these are really terrible. As we get to, okay, now this one is one of my favorite movies. If you have not seen it, you have to see it because there's a huge twist at the end. The Others. It's amazing. This is a 23-year-old movie. Isn't that crazy? 23 years old. Gosh, where's the time gone? 23 years old. And it's 84% on Rotten Tomatoes, called The Others with Nicole Kidman. This, if you have not seen The Others, watch it. Watch it. To me, I think it was one of the best movies that's ever made. So it's a great, great movie. All right, I'm going through the rest of them. This is, you know what? I remember watching this, and I liked it because it was interesting. Gremlins, 1984, 86%. It was hugely popular when it came. I mean, just the marketing was over. I mean, just everywhere. They even had like little gremlin toys and everything. So Gremlins, 1984. Of course, then they made more and they just got bad. So, but if you've not seen it, you got to check that out. Okay. We have to mention The Exorcist. Here's what's interesting. Do you realize The Exorcist 1973? This was one of the most famous movies ever. In 1973, it was massive, huge. Do you know you've never seen The Exorcist? Really? Or The Others? Okay. Well, The Exorcist, 1973. Do you know it's ranked 78%? Oh, yeah. Crossing. 78%. I don't understand. The Omen 1976 ranked 85%. Kind of okay. This was an interesting movie. It's not so much scary. Well, that's really interesting. Hmm. I'm just watching this because the monitor here. We're supposed to have some issues with technology this weekend, or because of the solar flares. But I am noticing some issues there with the. Hmm. But the Black Phone, 2021. It had 81%. I disagree with that. I think it should have deserved. It deserves more than 81%. Ethan Hawke. That was really a good movie. If you've not seen it, you might want to check it out. Ethan Hawke. It's a good movie. It's a very very good movie. Going through the other ones, let's see. I did see this one. There were some scary moments to it, but it only got 84% in Rotten Tomatoes. Called Evil Dead Rise, 2023. Okay, Doctor Sleep, 2019. I was utterly bored out of my mind. So I just was utterly bored. And that's what 1970. Yeah, it's 79%. It was 2019. I couldn't watch it anymore. All right, this one was a creepy movie. This one absolutely 100%. If you've not seen it, I'm just telling you now. Be prepared. There are some very scary scenes in this movie. The Autopsy of Jane Doe, 2016. Do you know what it? For those of you who watch it, it's ranked 86%. 86% in Rotten Tomatoes. I disagree with that. But The Autopsy of Jane Doe, if you've not seen it, that is a scary movie. So just beware. The Conjuring 2 got 80%. That's when I kind of lost interest in The Conjuring, because then it just got really, really stupid. Scream 1996, only 77%. I watched the movie Nope in 2022. It had 83%, but I didn't like it. Called Nope. Candyman 2021. I did not like that. That's my personal opinion. It's the new Candyman they made in 2021. It had 84% rating. Did not like it. One of the classic movies, if you've never seen, The Lost Boys, 1987, 76%. That's a good movie. I remember that. The 1985 version of Fright Night, classic. If you've not seen that one, this was a pretty good movie. It wasn't so much scary. It's called Warm Bodies, 2013. Warm Bodies. That was not a bad movie. Okay, and the rest of them were pretty terrible. So let's get this list out. This is I'm trying to find. Okay, here's a one list that says these are the top movies on this that you have to watch, and 25 of the scariest movies for Halloween season. So, of course, The Exorcist, 1973, which I've talked about. The Shining, 1980. Yep. Psycho, 1960 version. And you know what? I actually didn't like the newer. I didn't mind the newer version that they made. I didn't think that was too terrible. Halloween, 1978. Absolutely. Nightmare on Elm Street, the 1984. Yep. The Conjuring, 2013. I agree. The Ring, 2002. Hereditary 2018, big no, absolutely no. It was just nope. It was not for me. The movie Get Out, good, 2017. I agree with that list. The movie It, 2017, not bad. The Babadook, 2014. I agree with that. It had some scary moments. Insidious, 2010. So for those, a family fights to save their comatose son from malevolent spirits that are intent on possessing his body. Okay, the next movie that they say on this list, 1999, The Sixth cents. The next one is Sinister, 2012. A true crime writer discovers disturbing home movies in his new house, leading to a series of terrifying events. So, seriously, it's a good one. I didn't like the 1974 version of the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Where is that one? Let me see which one I like. Hold on. I'm trying to find out the one that I liked. It definitely was not the 1973 or 77. Hold on one second. Let me see if I can find it. I think it was this one, 2003. Yes, it is. Yep, yep, yep. I like that one. This one is pretty. This one, I think they did a good job. It's the Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2003. It is with Jessica Biel, Jonathan Tucker, and director Marcus Nispel. But for me, I personally like that version out of all of them. So if you've not seen the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, I would. It's just, I mean, it's kind of creepy. It's 2003, so just kind of be aware of that. Okay, Rosemary's Baby, 1968. Saw it. The next movie, It Follows. On this list, 2014. Scream, 1996. The Descent, 2005. By the way, The Descent is a group of women exploring an underground cave system, encounter terrifying creatures that dwell in the darkness. They also have a Descent 2, and I thought that was a pretty good job too. Yeah, The Hill Have Eyes. Yeah, that's pretty intense. Now, I will agree with this too because it was such a massive success at the box office, and even still today, it's just a very good movie. The Blair Witch Project, 1999. Didn't like Blair Witch Project Part 2, but Annabelle Creation, 2017. The Cabin in the Woods, 2012. Poltergeist, 1982. Let the Right One In. I like the 2008 version. And then this list has The Others as the last one on the 2000s. You know what I think is interesting is not too many lists, not too many they don't have the Halloween 2, the original one. I remember that when it came out. As a matter of fact, I went to the drive-through to see it. This was I remember just waiting and waiting and waiting for this thing to come out because when they ended Halloween 1, it's like, what? Where is he? You know, where did Michael Myers go? And people just wait. They could not wait to see what happened with the next one. They just could not, because it was widely popular, very very popular. Okay, let's get into this list. This is called Screen Rant. And again, folks, they're not going to have every single movie that's been made, but this is according to them. So here it is. This is by Lacey Womack. This is an interesting article. And it says 35 terrifying horror movies that are not paranormal. So the summary is they are non-demonic horror movies, says can be just as terrifying as supernatural ones, focusing on grounded stories for unsettling scares. Sometimes human beings can be the scariest villains, showcasing the evil and terror they are capable of in a non-supernatural horror. Movies inspired by true events can remind us that real life horror is just as chilling as fiction, offering a different kind of fear. So it says here, while the supernatural and otherworldly horror elements can no doubt be effective in the movies like The Exorcist, It Follows, non-demonic horror movies that rely on more grounded stories can be equally terrifying. Horror movies with supernatural and paranormal elements allow the audience some solace, as is a reminder that such things, some, don't exist. Well, The Exorcist, the possession does. Anyway, monsters, zombies, and ghouls make for memorable horror movie villains, but sometimes the scariest thing imaginable is another human being and the evil that they are capable of. So these are movies for those who are looking to escape the typical demonic threats of the genre. These horror movies offer something frighteningly more real. So they have it here. The 1974 Texas Chainsaw Massacre. I seen it. I did not like the 1974. I liked the version that I talked about earlier. This one, and for those of you who don't know, the Texas Chainsaw Massacre may take a loose approach in the true story of Ed Gein, but the results are a disturbing horror masterpiece that are also introduced. One of the most iconic horror movie villains is Leatherface. So the movie follows a group of friends traveling through rural Texas who visit the wrong house and become terrorized by the manic killer. 1978, Halloween. There we go. It says here, while Michael Myers is perhaps supernatural in some of the Halloween sequels, he is just as flesh and blood man in John Carpenter's original slasher, and that makes all the more effective when he is described as the embodiment of evil. Halloween follows the evolution of Myers from his first unaliving, and then when he returns to his childhood home in Haddonfield to wreak new deadly havoc on a group of unsuspecting teens. The next one is, now this one, folks, if you have not seen this one, it makes you think. It is called The Cell. It's in 2000. Jennifer Lopez and Vince Vaughn. Vince Vaughn, by the way, did an amazing job with this movie. I'm telling you, this movie makes you really kind of like, what did I just watch? Hold on, I got to do a puzzle here on TikTok because we're over an hour. There we go. So listen to this. It's called The Cell, 2000. And there's plenty of nightmarish and ghoulish imagery in The Cell to full unknowing audiences into thinking it's another Nightmare on Elm Street clone, but that's not the case. The Cell focuses on the story of a child psychologist who deep dives into the mind of a terrifying serial killer in order to learn the location of his latest victim. However, she is put in danger when the killer begins to take control of his mind with her trapped inside. So if you have not seen it, it's called The Cell. The next one, of course, we talked about this, Silence of the Lamb, 1991. Absolutely, Anthony Hopkins. That's clearly powerful. Seven. Have you seen this one? Seven. It's 1995. So it's basically detectives hunt a serial killer murdering based on the 7 deadly sins. Okay, the next one is Midsummer. Midsummer, 2019. A grieving woman accompanies her boyfriend to a Swedish festival that spirals into a nightmare. Midsummer, 2019. This one is called X, 2022. Now, I've not seen this, so it's called X. So basically, X is a throwback horror movie that uses a simple premise, a memorial villain and a lot of memorial unaliving to great effect. The movie takes place in the 1970s following a crew of filmmakers who rent a barn to shoot an adult movie, only be targeted by the old couple living on the property. So the Hostel movies were also very good. Yeah, those are pretty intense movies. Saw, 2004. Most probably all have heard about that. Jacob's Ladder in 1990. Going to go Psycho. We've talked about Psycho. We've talked about Hush, The Invisible Man. That's a stupid movie. There, it's a Green Room. Didn't like it. Scream. We've talked about that. Fun Games. We talked about that. There's several movies we've talked about the one already, so we're kind of just scrolling through. Now, this is an interesting movie. If you remember the Zodiac Killer, do you remember that? Purge is a great movie too. Yeah, Purge. Yeah, Centipede. Zodiac. That is a really good movie, folks. People under the stairs. Yeah. Listen to this. Zodiac. It's 2007. Gosh, I can't believe it's that long ago. Robert Downey Jr. and Jake Gyllenhaal. This is a good movie. If you've not seen it, take a look at it. While David Fincher already made an effective serial killer movie with Seven, he returned to the genre to explore one of the most infamous unsolved cases An America crime story. Zodiac tells the story of the Zodiac killer, an unknown killer who operated in the 1970s in the San Francisco area. People were terrified. Yeah, I mentioned Black Phone earlier. People were terrified during this 1970s. I mean, it was all people were terrified in the San Francisco Bay Area because of this. If you've not seen this movie, it's a really good one. It's called Zodiac 2007. There's a movie called Don't Breathe. It's kind of okay. It's 2016. I didn't really think it was that wonderful, but it's worth a mention. Okay, so we'll toss this one in the garbage. So we've done that. We're not going to go there. Okay, here's another list here, and then we're going to go into some questions. Allergies are terrible. But I'll open it up on TikTok for everybody. As long as, people just be nice. Allow comments. Yeah, we've already allowed comments. Okay. Comment. I don't know why. They've changed everything. I don't know why they've done this. There. Okay. So now everybody is available. Yeah, we've talked about Black Phone. Yeah, Philip, we did that. We did that earlier. Okay. Yeah, for those of you just tuning in, I'm James Long, Bishop James Long, and we're talking about scary movies to watch for the Halloween season. So this is according to this article, this is by Eric Cavato. Aaron Cavato. Yep, we mentioned Sixth Sense. So this is Aaron Cavato's list. Don't know who this person is, but nonetheless, number 1. Some of these movies you might not have heard of. Girl on the Third Floor. Have you guys seen that? A young expecting couple are excited to move into their new home and change things around to completely make it their own. When the husband meets a girl on the third floor of his home who claims to be his neighbor, lots of unexplained creepy events start taking place. This is Amazon, apparently, is what I guess it's on Amazon. So if you've seen this, let me know. Girl on the Third Floor. Number 2, Trick or Treat. Literally the letter R. Trick or Treat. That's not a bad movie. It's a bit of a doozy because it follows 4 different stories, all of them scary according to the author, while also stirring up some laughs. Be careful though; it'll make you think differently about the people around you. That's not a bad movie. Trick or Treat, not bad. The Witch. The Witch. It's number 3. This is a great Halloween watch, and this is about witchcraft and black magic. And the movie takes place in colonial New England, following a family torn apart when their son goes missing. Yeah, again, a lot of people. I appreciate you guys letting me know because most of what I'm seeing that you guys are posting, we've already talked about. But yeah, that's cool. Keep putting in there, and maybe something like, oh yeah, that's a good movie. The Amityville Horror. So the Amityville Horror, which we have not talked about, a couple moves into a Long Island home that was previously the site of a gruesome mass unaliving. I have to say unaliving because of TikTok requirements. Anyway, the house becomes a living nightmare when dangerous spirits descend. Now, there's a lot of people who actually say the Amityville Horror was just a big scam. And the reason is the argument is that it was a big scam is because the Lutz family, they moved into this home and they got it for a great deal. But apparently he wasn't doing, his business wasn't doing so good. And apparently the belief that many people say is that he and his lawyer friend got together and say, hey, look, let's just let's sell this, sell the story that it's a scary, blah, blah, blah. And this is what happened. So there's a lot of debate on whether or not the Amityville Horror was just a big scam or if it was legitimate. The house, I've already talked about. Yeah, I'm clergy. I love horror movies. Okay, the Last House on the Left. The Last House on the Left. This is this gory, brutal remake of the 1972 film. Isn't for the faint of heart. It follows 2 parents set on revenge against escaped convicts who kidnapped and did terrible things. So yeah, isn't that crazy? Yeah, again, folks. So yeah, I am a Bishop James. I am clergy. And yep, I do love scary movies. And yep, it is Paranormal Fridays. I've only done the show for 20 years now. So every Friday night, we talk paranormal. So because Halloween is here, we're now just going to talk about some scary movies to get people in the mood for Halloween. So some throwing out some movies out there. If you want to watch it, great. If you don't, great. If you don't think that clergy should be talking about horror movies, then guess what? You can scroll on because I do. Yeah, and that's okay. Nothing wrong with it. All right. Scary stories to tell in the dark. I saw it. I mean, because I remember reading the kids' book, but it was okay. It wasn't really that great. Um, I don't know. Let me know what you guys think about that. To me, it's kind of like, eh. Have you guys seen that? Yeah, it's Paranormal Fridays. We just chill. We just relax. It's just a good time. Yeah, it's a good time. It's a Paranormal Fridays, and we just talk scary, stories, and that's all we do. That's what we do for Halloween. Well, yeah. Well, the hostel. Now, someone asked me if I like the Beetlejuice 2. Absolutely no. I hated. I truly, and I know I hated it. It was terrible. It just to me, it was. Hey, did anybody like it? Who's if I need to if someone acting stupid, then I'll just block them because I'm not gonna. Okay, no, I don't see. But yeah, if you're gonna come in here and troll, I'm just gonna block you and just go away. I mean, seriously. Okay. Yeah, it's just like grow up. But anyway, just let me know if I need to block somebody. I'll be more than happy to. I'll be more than happy to. More than happy. No problem at all. Okay. Let me just check here. Hold on. I'm trying to type. Let me see if I can get this for you guys. Yeah, everybody's like, "Well, you shouldn't do that," as if they, I'm not a kid. Um, I don't need someone to tell me what I can and cannot do. They're not my parent. Okay. There's a lot of people in this world who think that they can just tell you what to do. And that's good. All right, let's go move on. Let's see. Trick or Treat, The Witch, we talked about. Amityville Horror, we talked about. House on the Left. Yep, scary stories. You know what? Here's the deal. I have not seen this one. Um, The Demon House. The Demon, folks. We're talking paranormal. Tonight's Paranormal Fridays. People wait for an entire week. This is the only time of the entire week that I dedicate to paranormal. So tonight is Paranormal Fridays. So the Demon House follow paranormal investigator back Zach Bagan as he and his team face the real life portal to hell as the demon forces and plague them. So yeah, the next one is The Thing we've talked about. Um, yeah, I'm not going to talk about The Descent again on this one. Yes, I agree. Now Halloween Kills, the extended cut. I got to be honest with you. I did not like the new Halloween movies. The last one, I was very upset with it. Halloween Ends or something. I was so mad. I just like really seriously. Why would you do that? To me, they just ruined it. I did not like. I did not like the ending at all. It was just ugh. So that was not a big fan at all. The 2021 Candyman, which I have not seen. Dark Water was not bad. It's an apartment with a leak, usually resorts to a complaint to a landlord. For this mother, it means something much more demonic. And now she must figure out a way to keep her young daughter safe. It wasn't, I wouldn't own it, but it was kind of, it's like one of those things. Um, the rest of these are, let me see, I'm seeing if there's anything here that's worth even mentioning. A Quiet Place was not terrible. We've talked about Scream. We've talked about The Exorcist and It. The Blair Witch Project, we talked about. Pet Cemetery. I think it was so unique. Truly, I thought it was so unique. Hereditary, stupid movie. I was Oh, it's the scariest movie you'll ever see. No, it was the movie that put me to sleep. It was really disappointing. Oh, The Others is a great movie. Yeah, we talked about The Others early. That was a great movie. The Others is one of my favorites. One of my favorites. Yeah, we're just chilling out. Tonight is a chill out day, guys, because we talk about demons. We talk about demons constantly. And not that obviously, but it's where people are so obsessed with demons. And I try to remind people that there's so much more to life than just demons, 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 demons. And I'm here every Friday, every Saturday talking about demons. And while I don't mind doing that, there's also, it always becomes an obsession. And we got to be careful about that because there's a lot more to life than just talk about demons. And we'll talk about some questions that you guys have later on, and that's fine. But right now, we're just having a good time talking about scary movies. The Right. Oh yeah, The Right's a great movie. Yeah, it's well, actually, I've done a presentation on angels. Actually, I've done. How many times have I done a presentation? Gosh, maybe quite a few actually on angels, near death experiences, miracles, stigmata. Yeah, quite a few. Um, yeah, The Right, Rite. Yeah, that's not bad at all. That's a pretty decent movie. Um, Now the Pope's Exorcist, unbelievably stupid, really disappointing. I thought that they just destroyed it. Yeah, The Exorcism of Emily Rose. I mean, there were some things that obviously was embellished, but it still wasn't bad. I mean, it was pretty interesting. You know, several people have talked to me about Nefarious. I did a movie review on Nefarious when it came out. Nefarious was fantastic. It was if you really want to like well, we're talking about demons, but if you really want to learn about what it's like as far as demonic oppression, going into possession, what it looks like. I mean, Nefarious is pretty fantastic. But no, for me, I did not like the Pope's Exorcist. It was just so stupid. Well, oh, absolutely, yeah. Matter of fact, half asked said, "Do you think The Exorcist is based on a true story?" Well, obviously, it wasn't a little girl; it was a little boy, and I was the Haunted Diary. So I was on a documentary with the Booth brothers on the Sci-Fi Channel, and it's called The Haunted Diary. It's a very, very good documentary. If you have not seen it, check it out. So if you want to learn a little bit more about the story behind The Exorcist, it's called The Haunted Diary. Or is it The Haunted? Hold on. There's so many, because there's also Haunted. There's The Haunted Boy, The Secret Diary of the Exorcist. So it's not The Haunted Diary. So I don't know why it's The Haunted Diary. Yeah, it's The Haunted Boy. My bad. I don't know why. So it's called The Haunted Boy, The Secret Diary of the Exorcist. And that's what it's called. I don't know why I thought Haunted Diary. But anyway, um, let me just pull this up here. So, The Haunted Boy, The Secret Diary of the Exorcist is by the Booth brothers, Christopher St. Booth and Philip Adrian Booth. It is this is the untold story of the Exorcist, a chronicle of true events based on the priest's secret diary the world has not seen. So if you have not seen it, you might want to take a look at that. It is very, very interesting. I've noticed that. Okay, I put that in there. So yeah. Hmm. But anyway, yeah. If you've not seen that, it's a good one. It's not bad at all. Okay. So let me tell you some other these movies here. This is by Serena He and Bria McNeil, and this is by Esquire. And these are you got to watch these movies. I say certainly Hocus Pocus. Um, yeah, The Haunted Boy is what it's called. The Haunted Boy. It's a documentary by the Booth brothers. Um, I am in that, and so let me just block this ass clown. Bye bye. Okay, there we go. Sorry, I had to block somebody who's really bored on a Friday night, and he just has to. Oh gosh, you need attention, don't you? Yeah, you need attention. Okay. So let me just report this. Uh, hate. There we go. And sorry, I have to report this because what he just did was actually illegal. Yeah. So you can come in and you can say, I don't like you, but when you make threats, that's actually when I submit that information to the police. And then you get a knock on the door saying you threatened someone's life. So pretty stupid. I had to delete some idiot. Okay, 71 best scary movies for Halloween. Let's get into this, everybody. This is according to this thing. Talk to Me is again this list. For those of you just joining it, we're just having a good conversation on a Friday night. It's a chill night. As you all know, normally every Friday I do a lecture, but tonight we're just chilling, talking about scary movies for the Halloween season to kind of get you in the mood. And we'll answer questions and all that. Demons. We always got to talk demons. Everybody's got to talk about demons. It's like, folks, we can talk about something else other than demons. But Talk to Me says, I don't know why anyone would mess with a ghost, but hey, that's just me. And Talk to Me, a group of teenagers discover a way to conjure spirits through an embalmed hand. We talked about that. Please don't do that. No, thank you very much. This one is called Dash Cam. You can watch it on Hulu. Apparently, Dash Cam stars Annie Hardy, is a fictionalized version of herself when she grows tired of LA. Annie embarks on a road trip, which she live streams for her fans, and along the way, she meets an elderly woman, and their interaction sparks a horrifying chain of events. Wow, have you guys seen that? Dash Cam. Let me know if you've seen it. If it's any good, I might have to check that out. 13 Ghosts is interesting. Yeah. The next one is Smile, 2022. After a patient of Dr. Rose Carter unalives in front of her, she seeks help from a therapist. And ever since that day, she's been seeing the same disturbing smile all around town. It cannot be coincidence, but what is it? A demon, of course. Okay. Smile is creepy. All right. The Nightmare. This is on Tubi. Yep, I knew Lorraine Warren. On Tubi. Have you ever had sleep paralysis? It's a condition in which your mind wakes up before your body, leaving you unable to move. In The Nightmare, so this is called The Nightmare. 8 real people describe their experience in vivid detail. So if you want to know about sleep paralysis, check this out. It's called The Nightmare. It's 2015. It's a documentary. All right. Now, I will tell you this. I saw this movie and I liked it. I thought it was very well done. Called Creep. Creep. It's in 2015. They have a Creep 2. I didn't think it was as good. Creep, the first one was that was good. 2015. I don't want to give you too much about it because I don't want to give it away, but it's really, really good. Let's see. You Won't Be Alone, Where Evil Lurks. We talked about Late Night with the Devil. They have a movie called The Strangers in Shudder. Thank you very much. Thank you. This was bad. Cabin in the Woods. I agree. Good movie. I'm trying to go through the list, not to tell you that we talked about Scream. I'm gonna show some of the movies that I've actually watched personally, and I will tell you about them in just a second. Okay, so we're gonna get rid of this and throw this away. So these are movies that I have personally seen, and let me pull this list up. And these are the movies that I have that I think are very good. So let me just find it. Hold on. Let me get this list. Okay, and go in here. Now, if you have not seen, excuse me, if you have not seen, it's a TV show, but I will tell you right now, this show is not for kids. But I really love, I love the concept because I've always loved movies where the monsters come out at night, and during the day it's normal, but at night it's a different world. And this is called. So if you have not seen it, again, it's man, again, it's not something that kids should be watching. It's called From, From, and they do have they finally are on season 3, but it is just really really interesting. Really, Barney. No, not Barney. No, it's called From, and I tell you, that's a pretty interesting movie. Yeah, if you've not seen it, if you've not seen From, yeah, it's called From, From. Well, yeah, it's again, it's not. So let me just let me pull up this series for here. It is okay. So for those of you, it's a TV series. They, like I said, they released the renewed for 2000 for season 3. Unravel the mystery of a city in the middle USA that imprisons everyone who enters. As the residents struggle to maintain a sense of normality and seek a way out, they must also survive the threats of the surrounding forest. I don't want to give too much about this, but if you've not seen the movie, it's a television show called From. But I'm going to stress again, it's not for kids. And so I'll just anyway. Okay, some movies that I think that are really, really interesting that I would encourage that I love from my own personal perspective. Of course, The Cell, 2000, very, very good movie. The original Frankenstein. I personally like the Thing, the 2011, the version. Knowing was not a terrible movie, but I wouldn't say it was like one of the best movies called Knowing. By the way, if you've not seen, have you seen the movie The Grizzly Man by Timothy Treadwell? He basically lived in Alaska, in the wild, becoming basically what he thought was friends with these huge bears, and he got way too close, way, way, way too close to these animals, and unfortunately came to to a terrible end. Well, I did not know this, but if you love The Grizzly Man with that starred Timothy Treadwell, there is also a diary of the Grizzly Man. So if you've not seen that, I didn't know it. I was looking through the movies and I thought, what is that? Diary of the Grizzly Man. So if you liked the Timothy Treadwell, you definitely check that out. Yeah, Tread, of course. Interview with the Vampire, the television series, I didn't think was terrible, so that's not bad. Of course, Jaws. So I'm giving you some movies that I've seen that are really pretty, that I would consider interesting or worth a take a look. Train to Busan, absolutely, without question, a good movie. From, yeps. I'm going through the list that I have here. It's not really a scary movie. The Devil's Advocate. The Purge, I thought was absolutely, it was brilliant. I mean, The Purge in itself was really an interesting movie. So The Purge would definitely be one. Freddy versus Jason, if you like those type of genres, I just, it was okay. Halloween Resurrection. A lot of people like the Halloweens. A lot of people don't. The Twilight series, if you like the Twilight, the series, you might want to check that out for this Halloween season. Now, I personally like this movie here. It's called The Last Voyage of the Demeter. What I loved about what I loved really liked about this, it kind of captured that scary feel, of a time period movie, and also, of course, the vampire, how didn't sparkle in the sun. So they tried to keep it with the Nosferatu vampire, but that was a good movie. It was not a bad movie. It wasn't terrible. It called The Last Voyage of the Demeter. Yeah, yeah. We talked earlier about the autopsy of Jane Doe. Good one. This one, next one is, of course, the Mothman prophecies. It's paranormal related. You might want to give that a look too. An American Haunting. I didn't think it was too terrible. The Hostel movies. What's so fascinating about that is because when I got to meet Eli Roth, because we did this show, he was so quiet, reserved. You can definitely tell he's an intellect. You can absolutely see that. And because some of the characters that he plays, it's polar opposite of the person that you actually meet. Yeah, and by the way, we don't know anything about season 2 yet. Everything is on a hiatus. We just simply don't know. So the Legion of Exorcist, if you want to watch the Legion of Exorcist show, that's available for you. All right, Get Out. We talked about that. This movie, you've got to look. I think it's a really great movie. It's a classic. Event Horizon. Classic movie. Event Horizon. Also, it's more of a, well, that's kind of Halloween and Christmas. The Nightmare Before Christmas. Yeah, The Exorcist File, The Haunted Boy. That's The Haunted Boy we talked about. The Descent 2, not a bad movie. 47 Meters Down. That's not a bad movie as well. If you like shark movies, and the idea of, like Jaws, 47 Meters Down, absolutely. Look, The Hills Have Eyes it's a pretty aggressive movie, and obviously there are some scenes that are problematic. Halloween 2, I just thought was completely and utterly stupid. The remake, the original Halloween 2 classic, absolute class. Halloween 1, Halloween 2 classic. Halloween 2 the remake, really bad. Um, yeah, of course, yeah, I just mentioned Event Horizon. My Friend Dahmer, 2017. If you've not seen that, and of course Dahmer, I mean that was on, I believe that's on Netflix. The actor who plays Dahmer it's really unsettling. So if you have not seen Dahmer, uh, it's pretty amazing. Okay, going down the list. Glass, very, very interesting movie. Well, I didn't like Glass, but I liked the first one. Okay, here's more Hocus Pocus, obviously, classic, not scary. The Mist is not terrible. There are some parts of it I didn't like. The Mist, but some I did. Dahmer is interesting. If you've not seen Dahmer, it's yeah. Yeah, now I like the Underworld series. I really love the first and second one, but it kind of got dumb as it progressed. So, and in a moment, I'm going to list the right. Yeah, we talked about the right. Okay, Sweeney Todd, the Demon Barber of Fleet Street, with Johnny Depp. Interview with the Vampire, the movie, of course. This is just my list that I found. Fire in the Sky is not terrible. Nefarious, great movie. Tethered is an interesting movie. 2022. You might want to check out Tethered. Tethered is not a bad movie. 2022. If you don't like if heights scare you, the movie is called Fall. 2022. Okay. Cabin in the Woods, Warm Bodies. We talked about that. Of course, The Silence of the Lambs, The Right. The Devil's Pass was good until the end. The Devil's Pass, of course, talks about the hike, the Russian soldiers in the hike, and they disappear, or they didn't disappear. The terrible thing happened to them. Apollo 18. Apollo 18 was not a. It's a space movie. I love space movies, but in the beginning it was good, but then it kind of got really stupid in the end. But Apollo 18 was not a terrible movie. Well, I talked about the 2003 Texas Chainsaw Massacre, Prometheus. If you like, this is not a Halloween movie, but it's kind of a scary movie. There are some scary parts called Back Country. Back Country. The Crazies, 2010. I liked. The Descent, we've already talked about that, 2006. Knock at the Cabin, 2023, was utterly stupid. I was so disappointed in that movie. It was just terrible. Okay, I'm trying to go into some more. There's a movie called that. Look, there's a really this was a good movie, and it's not the Disney movie. But it's called Frozen, and it's 2010. A typical day on the slopes turned into a chilling nightmare for 3 snowboarders. And I don't want to give you too much, but if you've not checked that out, you might want to track it. You might check it out. It's called Frozen, 2010. As soon as I get done here, I want to look at some of your Chernobyl Diaries. Had some pretty scary moments. 2012. That's the 2012 movie. No, it was made in 2012. Halloween Ends. Stupid movie. We talked about. Okay, this is a very, very interesting movie. If you've not seen it. There's a twist at the end. If you like movies with a twist, Marrowbone. Marrowbone is very interesting. It's a 2018 movie. If you've not seen that, watch it. Marrowbone. It's a really, really good movie. Okay. So we'll skip all this. We talked about that. Coraline. Red Dragon is very good, obviously. We talked about Psycho. I really loved The Terror, that's called The Terror, but season 1. I really love this, that they did a beautiful job. If you have not seen this, it's loosely based on a true story. Haunting, suspenseful, and based on true events, The Terror centers on a perilous Arctic voyage by the British Royal Navy. If you have not seen it, I promise you it's not boring. It is a really, really interesting movie. It's called The Terror. And season 1, though, I watched the season. Season 1's really, really good. Okay, going through this, we talked about The Wicker Man, 2006. Not bad. Ed Wood, 1994. That's a pretty interesting movie. Of course, The Twilight Zone, the movie, 1983. If you've not seen this movie, this movie is pretty interesting. It's called The Harvest, and there's a twist there at the end. Michael Shannon is a great actor. I really like him. But it's called The Harvest, 2015. Great movie. I also like Wind Chill, 2007. Thank you. 2007. That's a good movie. I love movies with like horror movies that are with blizzards, with snow and a heavy blizzard. So like Wind Chill was definitely a win for me. Krampus, 2015. 30 Days of Night, of course, 2007. Jeepers Creeper. This is an interesting also movie. It's called The Forest. It's 2016. The Forest is based on a real forest, Oikigahara Forest in Japan. And matter of fact, I did a show once on the Oikigahara Forest. I might do another one, but really kind of talk more of the paranormal and what EVPs have been captured at this. So I might do that. I might do that next week. If you guys are interested, I can do a presentation on the Oikigahara Forest. and presents some really amazing EVPs that have been captured there. So if you're interested, let me know. If you like Bigfoot movies, Exist. That's not a bad movie. It's 2014. I didn't like the ending. It was like, but it's called Exist, 2014. Oh, Stir of Echoes. Yeah, that's a great one too. Shutter Island, 2010. Fantastic. We talked about Misery. There's another movie called Dear Mr. Gacy. Dear Mr. Gacy. I would encourage you to watch it if you like this type of stories. Yeah. And here's why it's really weird. And I have his book. He was an author. His name is Jason Moss. And what he did is he got very deep into serial killers, and he actually befriended quite a few of them. And Gacy was one of them that he really befriended. I mean, even met with him in prison. Gacy did some things that terrified him during that moment. So this was really, if you have not seen this, it's called Dear Mr. Gacy, 2010. I mean, man, here's what's even crazier. So what happened is Jason Moss, he was in a psychology class in the university, and he told his professor that he on his in his paper that he wanted to befriend serial killers and get into their mind and their psyche, and of course the professor didn't really take him too seriously. The problem with Jason is he got so deep into these people's minds that it affected him emotionally and intellectually. And here's what's really crazy. Listen to this. Jason Moss unalived himself because he got so deep into these serial killers and getting to know them personally and writing them and speaking to them on the phone and actually meeting with Gacy. Gacy told him, and this is in the book, in Jason Moss's book. And Gacy said, "You know how you're going to die, don't you?" And Jason says, "No, how?" And he said, "You're going to use a weapon, a particular weapon. You can't say that on TikTok. And you're going to unalive yourself." And that's exactly how Jason Moss unalived himself. See, this is how creepy Gacy was. And he was a master manipulator. And so if you have not seen it, it's called Dear Mr. Gacy, 2010, based on a true story. And so it's not a documentary. It's like a movie. So anyway, the Halloween 2007, I didn't think it was too bad. I actually liked War of the Worlds, 2005, Tom Cruise. I actually liked it. I didn't think it was too bad. Now this, if you really want to get into a Halloween, these two movies I thought were very, very well done. And that's The Houses October Built. There's number 1 and 2. Number 2 was okay. Number 1 was just amazing because it's original. So The Houses October Built. If you've not seen that, check it out. Of course, Halloween 2, 1981 version, absolute, has to be on the list. The Visit, 2015. There is if you've not seen it's an older movie, 9-year-old movie, but if you've not seen The Visit, 2015, there's definitely a twist at the end that might surprise you. So, okay. Yeah, Winchester wasn't too terrible. I saw Winchester. Okay, so what are some of your, because I've been telling you some of mine. So The Birds, Alfred Hitchcock. Okay. Yeah, Amityville Horror. We talked about that earlier. There's a lot of people who say, that was just, it was kind of like some people think it was a scam. I don't know. There's a lot of, Lorraine didn't think it was a scam. The Prophecy. Okay. Session 9 is good. La Llorona. All right, I'll have to do Phantom of the Opera. Let me tell you something. I love Dream says, I love Phantom of the Opera. Love it. It's one of my all-time favorite, first of all, musicals or opera, but musicals. It's just phenomenal. I got to see Sarah Brightman and perform there, as well as, of course, the one and only true Phantom. If you're a Phantom of the Opera, yeah, if you're a Phantom of the Opera person, he's amazing. So yeah, Sarah Brightman, yeah, Andrew Lloyd Webber is what who put it together. But Michael Crawford. So I got to see them, and also one of the greatest, I think, is Jesus Christ Superstar, and I got to see Ted Neely. It was in Ohio. This is many years. Gosh, this was a long time ago. But I got to see him and the original individual who did Judas in the movie. So I got to see Ted Neely and Carl Anderson. It is in Ohio. Phenomenal. Constantine. Constantine's not bad. Okay. As above, so below. When darkness falls. Okay. What do you think about strange things that happen to actors? There's a lot of people. There's a lot of actors who've done movies and scary movies, and things happen to them. There's. It's interesting that some people really say that a lot of serious stuff happened depending on what movie it was. But yeah, the Phantom of the Opera that just recently came out with that one actor. You wouldn't think that he would be. It was not bad. I forgot his name. Not bad. But okay. Well, listen to this, everybody. If you guys have not heard, this is, I want to present this to you guys just in time to kick off Halloween season. Paranormal investigator Zach Bagans of Ghost Adventures takes viewers to the furthest corners of the globe to explore the world's eeriest and most cursed locations and destinations of the damned with Zach Bagans. Zach, what are you doing, man? You're going to get yourself in trouble. The all-new series premieres in the Us on Wednesday, October 2nd on Discovery Channel, and will stream on Discovery Plus. So anyway, right there, that's what it's going to stream to us. So you and me, and those of us in America, October 2nd on Discovery Channel, and will stream on Discovery Plus. It's called Destinations of the Damned. So in the chilling series, viewers are transported on a mysterious journey where haunts and horror reign at every destination. These are the world's darkest and most evil locations, driven by the macabre history and hair-raising unexplained activity that surrounds each nefarious site. Zach sends his documentary film crew around the globe to explore what lurks within. In the premiere episode, Zach sends his team to Colombia, where thousands perished after a volcano eruption in 1985. Other locations include a sinister Malaysian mansion with dangerous otherworldly portals, an Italian asylum, a former hotel in the Philippines, Czech Republic castle, a mystical island in Singapore, and others. So again, Destinations of the Damned. Da-da-da-dum. So you might want to check that out. It was. Hold on. There's a story behind Jeepers Creepers. For those of you who don't know, the true elements of Jeepers Creepers are they came from a real situation in Michigan in 1990. Let me tell you a little bit of story. Let me tell you about that. A lot of people don't know. So in April of 1990, Dennis Depew unalived his ex-wife in their home. And then Depew led police on a car chase. It began in Louisiana, and it actually ended in Michigan. and he was found slumped over the wheel of his van after firing at police. And the abandoned schoolhouse where Depew disposed of evidence also inspired the movie. So, for those of you who don't know, it's kind of it's based on that. But it's and there's pictures of him, and he looks. I mean, I mean, he looks evil in this picture, to be honest with you. So, um, yeah, it's kind of like creepy. So, if you don't know about that, that was pretty interesting. Um, yeah, there's a really cool. Hold on one second. This was really interesting. I wanted to share this with you guys and see what you thought about this. Listen to this. Yeah, he does. He looks super creepy. But this is by T.K. Randall. And this is really interesting. There was a large, mysterious creature that was picked up recently on sonar in Loch Ness. So it's a veteran Loch Ness skipper and his colleague recently picked up something very strange on sonar. It says, could there be something large lurking in the depths of Scotland's most voluminous loch? Well, the crew of the Loch Ness cruise vessel certainly seem to think so, and they have evidence to back it up. During a recent trip across the loch, Sean Sloggy and Liam of Cruise Loch Ness managed to pick up evidence of something large moving deep beneath them. And described by Sloggy as the biggest thing he'd ever seen, the object, whatever it was, seemed to be situated approximately 100 meters beneath the surface of the water. Says the strangeness of it was chilling. It's the sort of thing that leaves you speechless, he said. We've seen all sorts of fish that shouldn't be there, but this was different. We're not sonar experts, but I've never seen anything like it. The pair returned to the same location in an effort to pick up the same thing again, but found nothing. So could they have found evidence of the Loch Ness Monster? I don't know, but you can actually go on the Daily Mail on Twitter at Daily Mail. You can search that. They recently posted this up there on October the 3rd, and you can actually see the video. And it's pretty interesting. It's pretty intriguing. So they captured clearly something that was rather large in the Loch Ness. Some people say it's a school of fish, but that would be a large school of fish. What? That's right. Well, I believe there are ghosts, but I also believe there are demons. Or we know they're ghosts. I mean, there's no ifs, ands, or buts about that. And no, I don't believe that people always think that all ghosts are demons. I disagree fundamentally with that assertion that all ghosts are demons. I've not found that to be true at all. I just have not, because if it was, I would tell you, and I've just not found that to be true. And I think if you're a paranormal investigator, you probably would agree with me, because it's just, people think that everything is a demon. Everything is a demon, and it's just not. Let me just share this here. Gosh, it's already, man, we are getting, it's almost time for us to have to, it goes by too fast on Fridays, doesn't it? It goes by too fast. Well, let me end with this. Listen to this. This is by Rosa Rahimi. Al Pacino, one of the greatest actors, of course, The Godfather, reveals he nearly passed away of COVID-19 and gives his thought on the afterlife. So Al Pacino has revealed that he nearly passed away in 2020 because of COVID and shared his view on what happens after death. In interviews with New York Times and People magazine, the Oscar-winning actor recounted his experience, contracting the virus and briefly having no pulse. So he's 84 years old, told the Times in a wide-ranging interview that he began to feel unusually not good, and then developed a fever and was dehydrated. I was sitting there in my house and I was gone. He said, I didn't have a pulse. You're here, you're not. And I thought, wow, you don't even have your memories. You have nothing. Strange. The Scarface actor said of his near-death experience. Within minutes, an ambulance showed up at Pacino's house, regained consciousness with 6 paramedics and 2 doctors in his living room. And he said they had these outfits on that looked like they were from outer space or something. And it was kind of shocking to open your eyes and see that. Everybody was around me and they said, he's back, he's here. In an interview with People, Pacino recounted coming back to consciousness with a sense of confusion. Says, I looked around and I thought, what happened to me? The movie veteran said he questions whether he actually died, despite everybody thinking he was. He said, I thought I experienced death. I might not have. I don't think I have. Really, I know I made it. Pacino accredited his great assistant for immediately contacting the paramedics when his nurse confirmed that he's no longer had a pulse. He got the people coming because the nurse that was taking care of me said, I don't feel a pulse on this guy. Asked if the health scare changed the way he lives his life, Pacino told People not at all. But that isn't to say the experience left the actor unchanged. Pacino, who is currently preparing for a movie adaptation of Shakespeare's King Lear, confirmed to the New York Times that the experience had a metaphysical effect. Says, I didn't see the white light or anything. There's nothing there, he explained. As Hamlet says, to be or not to be, the undiscovered country from whose bourne no traveler returns. And he says 2 words, no more. It was no more. And he says, you're gone. Never thought about it in my life. But actors, it sounds good to say I died once. But it is it when there's no more. So anyway, he says he didn't see anything. I don't know. I certainly did when I had my dear death experience. No question about that. For those of you who are on Spreaker, I'm going to say goodnight to you guys. And of course, it's quite possible he wasn't gone for very long. So, but there's been a lot of cases where people have said, yep, I passed away and I saw something and I know I did. No question, I saw my mom. Okay, tomorrow, I'm going to be here at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time with Open Mic Night. Judy Ann joins us. Miss Wilma joins us from 8 to 8:30. We have a good time. We tell jokes. We just have a great time. And then at 8:45, I talk about some more topics, answer questions. We just have a good time. We just chill. On Saturday night. It's Open Mic Night. Don't forget tonight also, we have night prayer. So you can join us on TikTok or go to usocc.org, scroll all the way down to where it says night prayer. You can join us then. We start TikTok at 9:50 p.m. Eastern, and we play music on Spreaker at 9:45. My friends, I'll see you tomorrow. Remember, I tell you all the time, your value does not decrease based on someone's inability or refusal to see your worth. You are priceless, and don't let any troll tell you or convince you otherwise. Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Rumble, KGRADB Radio. God bless. The Sacred Division has been brought to you by Bishop Long's online paranormal course. Learn demonology, angelology, paranormal studies, and genealogy. It's 100% online, and you learn at your own pace. Please go to www.bishopjameslong.com and click on the paranormal course link.